You see, what is most important, the present Indian context, which also has an international or global context in a way, is these people's struggles are not seen as something which are only resistance moments. These are recreation moments, you know, because so much is going wrong in the direction of not just displacement but destruction, disparity that is growing. So to challenge that, you have to resist, you know, you have to resist the attacks, you have to resist the imposing development paradigm, you have to also resist the state which is pretending or claiming to be omnipotent, and so on and so forth. But as against that, while doing that, the people are also holding on to resources, which is not just pure conservation, but which is self-reliance, which is also, showing how the relationship that the human nature has can be the basis of the right kind of change, which would be more honest, more sustainable, more equitable, and more just, you know, and more democratic. I mean, democratic is not enough of expression, but still, you know, like popular in the real sense of the term, involving people. That means. So I think that is what they are showing in a way. Even holding on to some of the traditions which have proved to be sustainable is also really underlining that kind of alternative path. Nothing else. So much of scope through these moments to bring in the real basic transformation. And these moments are real politics. They are not apolitical. So in the case of Narmada, for example, you know, like even after 26 years of struggle, the people are still holding on, you know, and we have kept the dam stopped. Although that one dam is just a symbol of the development paradigm. At one level it is not just symbolic, because the real people are there and the threat and the hanging sword is still there, so on and so forth. On the other hand, you also realize that just stopping one dam or trying your best to stop the destruction of this most ancient of the civilizations in the world, as it is proved in the archaeology and anthropology, is not enough. Because if thousands of dams go on, or the whole development paradigm itself is taking a toll of the resources, the ecosystems to the human habitats, then you have to somewhere start at the very bottom, and you have to challenge the very basic. You cannot go project by project, saying stop it, or crying halt. You realize that. How to balance between the two. We as activists, or the people and our supporters, all can on one hand respond to the individual moments. At the same time, they should cull out from each moment what is the vision that is coming out, and then support that. So both ways we need a lot of participation by the people and a lot of support. Very in-depth one. Like the global trend nowadays is to mobilize people through SMS, Twitter, Facebook,
yes,
which I call as faceless communication.
Yes, what do you think about that?
Whether in Egypt, I mean, one way it is mind-boggling, the technological revolution it is. But in order to get that converted into socio-political, economic revolution, you have to go a long way. It's not so easy that just by mobilizing, hundreds and thousands of people,
Yeah.
you will really bring change into not just the state and its policies, but in the society itself.
Yeah.
So you should not, get swayed away by the swelling numbers of participants. At the same time, you should not hesitate because it helps you reach out. So we all have not been on that kind of communication channel.
Mm-hmm.
And still I think somewhere we have, without even this kind of technology, we have had an impact. Rather I realize that even though the emailing and everything has come to us also to some extent, it has made a dent, but to much minimum extent than many other NGOs and but I think even without that we have been able to make more impact than those who have had so much of resources and technologies
Mm-hmm.
in their hands. So it's not the technology, it's your strategy,
Mm-hmm.
your strategic intervention. Where is it that you would speak out? At what point will you really challenge or take up a challenge? And how? I think not just the Facebooks but also actions, fasts help you reach out to people.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, medium is what matters. So it's not that you just ignore the media or do it, but at the same time you have to have a limited and restrained way of using those, so that you don't lose the depth of yourself and your movement also.